Well, good evening. We're in the UK in our South Wales hillside garden where our lilies are finally going over. We've just got the last couple of flowers left and they're now starting to drop all their petals. So the time has come to tidy them up after what has been, I suppose, about 6 weeks of glorious perfume and colour from when they first started flowering, the first one, to when these last couple are finishing flowering. Now the question is, what do we do? How far back should we cut them when they've finished flowering? And in previous years I've kind of just left them alone and left dead flower heads like that and like that, and I've waited until the leaves have gone yellow before I cut them back. The reason for that is that for as long as these leaves are green, they are still photosynthesizing. There's a long word for you for no extra charge. If they're photosynthesizing, catching the sun's rays, they're sending that energy that photosynthesis creates, they're sending it back down to the bulbs underneath the ground there, so that next year we get yet more strong, healthy shoots and beautiful, attractive, perfumed flowers. But this year I'm doing something a little bit different. I am leaving the bulk of those leaves there, but I'm just taking off these dead flower heads because I don't know if you can see they're producing seed heads there, some of them, and I'm not really interested in collecting seeds for these, and if they're producing seeds, that can take some of that energy that would otherwise go down to the bulbs, to the roots, and it would be used up in creating seed that we don't want. And the second reason I want to do this is because it looks a bit untidy. So what I'm going to have a go at is just looking at each stem, and you can see on that one there's a dead flower there, dead flower there, dead flower there. I'm going to cut just below that dead flower, and that will prevent it from setting seed, but it means that I'm leaving most of the leaves there to produce the energy. So let's, it's a shame, but yeah, he's gone over now. He doesn't smell. He's literally, in a day or so, he would have just dropped those petals. So I'm putting these in for our green waste recycling, so that they get made into compost. And so if you bear with me, I'm just going to crack on with this for a couple of minutes, take all these dead flowers off, and see what a difference it makes to our otherwise untidy potfuls of lilies. Don't go away. There we are. I finished. And before I show you how they look, I just wanted to point out, show off this lovely Cana lily, which we left outside last winter here in South Wales. And although it could have been colder, we definitely had some below freezing temperatures, -2, -3 overnight. The whole plant disappeared below ground, and to be honest, I thought we'd lost it. And then I just saw a couple of shoots emerging in the early spring, and we've been feeding it with high potash fertilizers, and it's been absolutely glorious. And look, there's still loads more flower buds to come. Just a reminder not to give up on plants. Give them a feed, give them a spring and summer, and give them another chance. But we were talking about lilies, and there we go. We've gone through, and you can see, that there's still plenty of green foliage there. So if you listen carefully, you can hear all that photosynthesizing going on. Yeah, it's not very loud. Actually, I lied, you can't hear it at all. But believe me, if there's green leaves and we've got sunlight, there will be photosynthesis taking place, and energy will be getting stored down into those bulbs. As well as kind of thinking about next year, to be honest, they just look rather nice with these nice kind of rounded tops to them here, nice and neat. And we're going to be looking at these for another couple of months yet. We're doing this at the end of third week of August, and I'm expecting them not to turn yellow until sometime in the second half of October. So that 2 months of extra photosynthesis will hopefully give us more flowers again next year. So if you've got lilies at home, whether it's in the ground or in pots, don't be tempted to cut them back straight after they've flowered. I know they don't look great. Give them a tidy up like this, and I think these look lovely, don't they? Nice and neat. And then next year you'll get your more shoots again, hopefully in the spring, and more flowers in the summer. Little final tip, I hadn't thought about saying this, but actually when they do die back and you're looking at empty pots that look a bit ugly over the winter, what we've done very successfully is we'll go through and do some more of this in the autumn, is we've planted crocus bulbs into the surface of the compost, maybe putting so far down, about 2 inches down, something like that, and some fresh compost over the top to see them through the winter. And then those crocus will come up and flower in the March. I'll see if I can slip a photograph in of our crocus in these pots, and they do their thing in February, March, very early spring, which the bees love and the other pollinating insects, and we love, because it looks very kind of cheerful. And by the time the crocus are going over, the new shoots of the lilies are coming through, so you can get kind of 2 seasons of colour with lilies. If you're kind of thinking that you only get 6 weeks in the summer, you can spread it out a bit and get further interest through the year. So that's our lilies, and that's our bag full of green waste ready to go to the compost. Thanks. Any questions? We'd love to hear your comments and questions. And just looking at my little bit of mess on the floor, I better get the brush out and have a sweep up before my beloved points it out to me. Thanks for watching. Hope to speak to you soon. Bye.